All right, we got a huge, massive 4-box shipment of all teens. Just teen books. So we're going to go through this on the quick side. Okay? So the first one up is Kathy Reichs. If you know our bones, people, this is Kathy Reichs, the teen person. Oh, and hey, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina K-S-T-I-N-A. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy stuff going on here. And if you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Tori and the Virals have proven again and again that no crime is unsolvable when the pack is on the prowl. This amazing collection includes 3 short stories in print for the very first time as a brand new, never-before Virals adventure set after the events of Terminal in Spike. Tori and her friends must stop a clever saboteur dead set on ruining Kit and Whitney's wedding day, whatever the cost. Featuring Tori's famous great-aunt Temperance Brennan. 3 exciting stories. Trying to... Dance of Blades. The war between the guilds and the powerful allegiance known as the Trifecta have slowly dwindled. Not only the mysterious harem is left to wage his private battle against the guilds in the guise of the Watcher, a vicious killer who knows no limits. When the son of Alyssa, one of the 3 leaders of the Trifecta, is believed murdered, the slaughter begins anew. There she is. Hold on a second. I have no idea what these are. Lorna Shilton Nicholson, born with. Hold on a second. Meet Erica and Guinan. One is a 15-year-old girl who loves to dance and sing and hang out with her friends. Being in 3 dance numbers in the school production of Grease is a big job. But with the help of her best buddy Guinan, Erica knows she can be a star. Dance with a Vampire. Ellen Schreiber. Dullsville's newest night-faring intruder may be only a tween, but Raven knows that Valentine Maxwell, the younger sibling of 2 nefarious vampires, is a full-size menace. Valentine becomes even more of a threat when he befriends her brother. Billy. Raven must try to shield Billy as the biggest excitement of her year approaches, attending a prom with her immortal love, Alexander. While Alexander is one-of-a-kind vampire sweet, Raven learns Valentine is another. The Gift of Dyslexia. For nearly 3,000 decades, Davis Dyslexia Correction Program has helped hundreds of thousands of dyslexic adults and children learn to read, write, and study efficiently, using a unique approach that begins with understanding of how dyslexia thinks in pictures rather than words. Let's see. Z. Anne Burden is 16 years old and completely alone. The world as she once knew it is gone, ravaged by nuclear war that has taken everyone from her. But for the past year, she has lived in a remote valley with no evidence of any other survivors. But the smoke from a distant campfire shatters Anne's solitude. Someone else is still alive and making their way toward her. What does he want? That's an adult one. That snuck in here. I have no idea. Wonders? August was born with a facial difference that prevented him from going to mainstream school. Until now, he's about to enter 5th grade as a Beecher Prep. And if you've ever been the new kid, you know how hard that can be. Wedding drama. Just when all the excitement over the election for student body president of Carver Elementary has died down, Miss Shelby has another special announcement to make. But this time the news is personal. Mrs. Shelby is getting married. Nikki and Deja's classroom arrests are speculation about the new fiancé and about which students will win the lottery to attend the wedding. Easy Prey. I need to know right now if either of you told anyone, Mouse. I shake my head. Who would I tell? Jen? She rolls her eyes. Yeah, Drew. I bragged about the fact that I'd seen my law teacher naked. Okay, then, Drew says, shrugging his shoulders like this is all a non-issue. We're golden. There's nothing tying us to those pictures. No one knows we had them, and we had Mouse's big brain covering our tracks the whole time. Don't know what that is. The Devil's Door, a Salem witchcraft story. Just a second. All right, we'll come back to that one. Dusty Bowling. Peter Avalon nearly died from an asthma attack. Her parents moved her to fresh air, dry of Clear Canyon City, Arizona, and for the last 10 years she's been able to breathe. That is until Adam shows up. Quiet and disheveled, Adam is an instant target for the bullies who have been plagued Avalon and her friends. As Avalon gets to know him, she begins to suspect that a sudden strange increase in death stones around town is somehow connected to his emotions. Piper Morgan, in charge. Piper and her mom are on the move again, and this time they are off to live with Piper's grandmother, Nana, and her beloved dog, Oriole. Piper is excited to go to new school and soon become a helper bee, welcoming other new students to the school. And what better way to welcome someone than homemade chocolate chip cookies? Piper is proud of her delicious idea until the cookies go missing. Who stole the cookies? Where we go from here. When Ian tests positive for HIV, he doesn't know what to do. All he knows for certain is that his life is about to change forever. That's when he meets Victor, whose test has come back negative. Victor is dating Henrique. Henrique has been living with HIV for 3 years, and even though he's been undetectable, meaning he can't transmit the virus to anyone, Victor feels betrayed that he wasn't told sooner. Sepsi Here, Flight, Book 2. There's no synopsis. Something True by Kieran Scott. I've been on Earth for a while and matched 2 couples, which leaves me with 1 to go before I can get back to Mount Olympus and resume my previous life as the goddess of love. But this last pairing is proving to be the hardest yet, mostly because I'm so distracted by Orion also being on Earth and having no memory of our truly epic love. Though despite his new girlfriend Darla, there has been clues that he hasn't forgotten about me. At least I can cling to hope. Let's check it out. Okay, back to the Devil's Door. When Sarah Wright and her father arrived in Salem Village, a strange affliction had begun tormenting some young girls there. After the doctor could find no cause, he determined that it could only be one thing: witchcraft. Hope they don't get accused. Cindy Pond, Silver Phoenix. No one wanted Ailing, and deep down she relieved, despite the dishonor she had brought upon her family, to be unbetrothed and free, not some stranger's subservient bride banished to the inner quarters. But now something is after her, something terrifying, a force she cannot comprehend. As pieces of the puzzle start to fit together, Ailing begins to understand that a journey to the palace of fragment dreams isn't only a quest to find her beloved father, but a venture with stakes larger than she ever could imagine. The Fall of Butterflies. Did she choose this life? No, because that would be too easy, and nothing in Willa's life is easy. It's her famous genius mother's idea to send it to ultra-expensive, ultra-exclusive Pembroke Prep, and it's only the strength of her name that got Willa accepted in the first place. But Willa has no intention of fitting in at Pembroke. She's not staying long, she decides. Not at the school and not on this planet. But when she meets particularly glittering Remy Traft, the richest, most powerful, mysterious girl on campus, she starts to see a foothold in this foreign world, a place where she could maybe possibly fit in. The Kingdom, Jess Rothenberg. Glittering like a jewel behind its gateway kingdom is an endless fantasy theme park where guests soar on virtual dragons, castles loom like giants, and bioengineered species formerly extinct roam free. It is also home to the fantasy's 7 beautiful android hybrid princesses whose sole purpose is to make your dreams come true. I want dreams come true. Ah, the vicious mass. 1882, Evelyn is bored with society and expectation, so when her beloved sister's Rose mysteriously vanishes, she ignores her parents and travels to London to find her. Accompanied by the dashing Mr. Kemp, but they're not the only ones looking for Rose. The elusive young gentleman, Sebastian Braddock, is also searching for her, claiming that both sisters have special healing powers. Black Moon. Zodiac. Rio, the courageous visionary from House Cancer, had lost nearly everything when she exposed and fought against the Merit, a mysterious terrorist group bent on destroying a balance in the zodiac. Now the Merit has disappeared without a trace, and uneasy peace has been declared. Rio is suspicious. She believes the Master is still out there in some other form and looming all over the airy visions of Mother Earth. Keeping the beat. 5 girls who are practically strangers form a band, win a TV reality show, and are whisked from London to LA for an epic summer they'll never forget. Destiny. Helen has always been the crazy one among the girls of Woodcliff, scared by her bleak past and troubled relationship with her mother, the former headmistress and leader of the Woodcliff Coven, Miss Hartler. But Scranton promised Helen that a love beyond the confines of the world is watching for her. Could this be Linton, the mysterious music student who visits Wycliffe for his lessons? And what about the brooch her mother gave her when the seal revealed about Helen's past and future? Now that Miss Scranton is gone, life at Woodcliff takes a darker turn. An unexpected threat arrives in the form of a new High Master whom Helen remembers from her unhappy childhood. The Devil and Winnie Flynn. Winnie Flynn doesn't believe in ghosts, though she wouldn't mind a visit from her mom explaining why she took her own life. When a mysterious Aunt Maggie, a high-profile TV producer, recruits Winnie to spend a summer working as a production assistant on her current reality hit show, Fantastic Fearsome, she suddenly finds herself in one place her mother would never go. Jersey. Joyzy. Rebel Sisters. It's been 5 years since the Batran War ended. Iffy has now living where she's always dreamed, the space colonies. She is a respected, high-ranking medical officer and dedicated her life to helping refugees like herself rebuild in the colonies. Back in a recovering Nigeria, Uzo, a young synth, helps an aid worker. X restores images and details of the war held in technology of destroyed androids. U and X and the rest of their team are working to preserve memories of the many lives lost despite the government's best efforts to eradicate any sign of the war ever happened. Where have I heard that before? The First Dragon. To save the world, the Grail child Rose Dyson, the new choreographer Edmund McGee, and the caretaker Charles must travel deep in time before the creation of the archipelago of Dream itself to finally discover the identity of the mythical architect of the Keeper of Time. Shadow Shopper Legacy. Saria and the Shadow Shapers have been split apart. Juan, Anthony, and Izzy are in jail, anxiously waiting to find out what will become of them. Back in Brooklyn, the other Shadow Keepers have been getting threatening messages from Whisper Wrath, watching strangely shaped figures stalking them and fending off random spirits. A war is brewing among the houses, and the very magic of the Shadow Keepers is at stake. Living Violet. Samara is determined to make the summer before her senior year the best ever. Her plan: enjoy downtime with friends and work to save up cash for his dream car. Summer romance is not on her to-do list, but uncovering the truth about her flirtatious coworker Caleb Baker is. From the particular glow to his eyes to the unfortunate events that befall the girls who pine after him. Philip Reeve, Fever Crumb. Fever Crumb has been adopted and raised by Dr. Crumb, a member of the Order of Engineers, where she serves as apprentice at a time when women are not seen as reasonable creatures. Fever is an anomaly, the only girl to serve in the Order. Soon, though, she must say goodbye to Dr. Crumb to assist archaeology Kit Solom with a top-secret project. The assignment involves a mysterious room that once belonged to Auric Godshark, the last of the Scriven Lords, and Fever must help unlock him. The Scriven, not human, ruled the city some years ago, but were hunted down and killed in a vicious uproaring by the people. Lauren Oliver, Ringer. After discovering the uncomfortable truth about her connection to the Haven Institute, Gemma struggles to return to her normal life, but when she learns that her controlling and powerful father has new plans for Lila and Caleb, Gemma and her boyfriend Pete leave in the middle of the night to warn them of the danger they face. But an accident strands them on the side of the road. They are mistaken for escaped replicas and seized by strangers hired to capture them. Driven to a teeming facility housed in an abandoned airport, Gemma comes face to face with the hundreds of replicas who survived the explosion on Spruce Island. The Haven Institute wasn't destroyed after all, and now Gemma is one behind the walls. The Radical Element. Respect yourself, love yourself is a radical decision for an American girl to make, as it was in 1927. A radical student as a spy for the printer's apprentice, as a poker player. It's a radical decision when you're balancing the type of being a second-generation immigrant, a neurodivergent, of facing down American racism while loving America. It's the only decision when you weight society's expectation and find them wanting. The Shadow. For darkness shows the stars. A genetic experiment gone wrong caused the reduction decimating humanity and giving rise to a Luddite nobility who outlawed most technology. Elliot North has always known her place in this world. 4 years ago, Elliot refused to run away with her childhood sweetheart, the servant Kai, choosing a duty to her family's estate over love. Since then, the world has changed. A new class of post-reduction is jump-starting the wheel of progress, and Elliot's estate is foundering, forcing her to rent land to the mysterious Cloud Free, a group of shipbuilders that includes renowned explorer Captain Malachi. Almost unrecognizable, Kai, and when Elliot wonders if this could be their second chance, Kai seems determined to show Elliot exactly what she gave up. Okay, we're down to the last few. Bone Crier's Dawn. Bone criers have been ferrying the dead for centuries, a dangerous duty that requires the sacrifice of Armors, the men destined to love them and die. But Elise, Sabine, and Bastian are working to chart their own course and rewrite the rules of afterlife as they try to break their soul bonds that have led to the death of so many. Sarah Rash, These Divided Shores. As a child, Lou committed unforgivable acts to free Grace Laurie from King Elzar's Ashford. Now Elzar's plan to retake the land has surpassed her darkest fears. He's holding her and his own son, Ben, captive in an endless shifting prison, forcing them to make a weapon that will guarantee Elzar's success. Escape is impossible unless Lou becomes the ruthless soldier she hopes never to be. Words for Love. Roya Liston's dream of getting into UCLA just came true, but she's no longer sure she wants the future laid out for her. When her beloved grandmother dies, Rise recognizes it as a sign from the universe. She ditches her pressure-filled reality and escapes to Ashram in India, where her grandparents fell in love. Paul Riddick, gorgeous. 18-year-old Becky Randall is an ordinary girl who receives an impossible offer. She meets Tom Kelly, the world's top designer, and he promises to create 3 dresses to transform her from a nothing special girl into the most beautiful woman who ever lived. The border. They never wanted to run. A band plays as 4 teens sneak into the Mexican desert, the hum of celebrating receding behind them. Crack, crack, crack. Not fireworks, gunshot. The music stops. Pedro, Arbos, Marcos, Caddis are powerless as the lives they once knew are taken from them. Hanging Woods. What Walter reads that day changes him, not in any way someone could really notice. He still goes to school, hangs out with his friends, Jimmy and Mothball, and tries to avoid the troll, the town recluse. But something in him has changed. It's as if he feels a part of him is growing. The part that can stand by and watch a house burn down or the life flow out of a fox without doing anything to stop either. Ew! Rotten child. The clues in the trees. Francis' brother Theo has secrets Francie thinks she wants to know, but what if one of those secrets is he murdered somebody? Okay, I don't want to know. Blazeweth Games. In weeks, 16 countries will compete in the Blazeweth World Cup, a tournament where dragons and riders fight for glory in the dangerous relay. Lana longs to represent her native Puerto Rico in their first ever World Cup appearance, and when Puerto Rico runner, the only player without a dragon steed, is kicked off the team, she's given the chance. Oh, go for her! The Wanderers. Ahmed. Flo lives an eccentric life. She travels with a popular circus in which the main act star orphan children with secret shape-shifting abilities. Once Flo turns 16, she must perform, but she's not ready. While practicing a jump, a flaming hurdle, and climbing beside the circus, she spots a dark figure in the trees and fears he saw her shift. The news sends the circus into a panic. Never contended things. Prince and fairy quarters are staggering beautifully, astonishing, cruel, and exhausted by the tedium of centuries until they meet foster siblings Joss and Cassina. Drawn in by their vivid emotions, undying love for each other, and the passion for life, Prince will stop at nothing to possess them. Our last one, The Light at the Bottom of the World. In the last days of the 21st century, sea creatures swim through the ruins of London. Trapped in the abyss, humankind wavers between fear and hope, fear of what lurks in the depths around them, and hope that they might one day find a way back to the surface. When 16-year-old submersible racer Layla is chosen to participate in the city's prestigious annual marathon, she sees an opportunity to save her father, who has been arrested for a false crime. The Prime Minister promises the champion whatever their heart desires, but the race takes an unexpected turn, forcing Layla to make an impossible choice. And that is the end of that teen box. It was huge, huge, huge. And there's the child. There she is. Miss Americat. There she is. Ignoring her mom. Have a good one. Oh, hey, don't forget to check out Eve Dallas recap, character spoilers every Saturday. Next Generation recaps and Star Trek Voyager recaps on Fridays. If Thens on Fridays. If you like this author, you might like that author. Flashback Mondays. My daily book reviews, and of course, unboxings. Have a good one.